Hey, what's good, y'all? What's good? This is Ryan Jackson from Ryan Jackson LLC. Hope you guys are having a blessed and wonderful day. Today is the second day of the work week, third day of the week. But I hope that you're having a great day. And in the likelihood, for some reason, that you're not, um, always know that tough times don't last, but tough people do. Keep your trust and faith in Allah; He will see you through. I could bear witness to that. And we just give all praises due to Allah. Getting to the topic for this video, my Michigan Wolverines did the job. They steered the course, they did the job. They defeated the Washington Huskies 34 to 13 last night down in Houston. Great game. It was a great game. They ran the ball down, which is what they've been doing all year long. They just ran the ball down Washington's throat. They cannot stop the run. Donovan Edwards had two big runs in the first half. And then late in the fourth quarter, Blake Corum got hot. JJ had a couple of big throws. JJ McCarthy, the quarterback from Michigan, he had a couple of big throws to the tight end, Colston Loveland. Um, Mike Sanders still did his thing. I'm gonna miss him. Oh my God, that brother. And what's funny with Mike Sanders still, he came to Michigan as a receiver, and Jim Harbaugh convinced him to switch to being a corner. Ain't that crazy? And look at him. Definitely a first round pick. Definitely. Um, so is JJ McCarthy if he decides to forego his senior year and go into the NFL. They have at least about 20 about 20 NFL prospects on that team. I mean, that team is just my God, man. Rod Moore, Will Johnson, who had that big interception in the second half, where he stayed in bounds and tapped the ball to himself, but he was able to control it and he went down and he had both feet in. But in college, you only need one foot, but he had both his feet in and it was a catch, interception to start the second half. They just beat up on poor Mike Penix. I know his uncle. Me and his uncle were real tight when I lived in Tampa. His uncle is a now retired Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputy. At the time, he worked for Hillsborough County. He was a sheriff's deputy, but we were real tight. Me and Mike Pennis, his uncle Mark. And I want to say congrats. I don't know if Mark ever see this video. We lost contact when I moved out here to California. But if he sees this, man, congrats to your nephew. He had a hell of a season. I thought he should have won the Heisman, me personally, but it is what it is. He had a hell of a season, played a hell of a game in the Sugar Bowl, and he played. He didn't play like he normally did last night, but I respect him a lot because he hung in there and he tried to keep his team in the game the best way he could. He missed on some throws, yes, but that's because Michigan, their defense. Washington has they never seen a defense like Michigan all year long. Never, never, ever saw a defense like Michigan. Michigan beat them up. They were physical. Washington had never faced a team like that all year long, especially being in the Pac 12. But next year, without last night was their last game in the Pac 12, they're going to go into the Big Ten. And good luck with that. Because them boys in the Pac 12, they can't play with the boys in the Midwest in the Big Ten. UCLA, USC, Oregon, Washington. Okay, y'all playing with the big dogs. They hit hard in the Big Ten. In the Midwest, y'all going into the belly of the beast. But we will see. I don't agree with the pack. Those teams moving to the Big Ten, and I made that clear. But you know, that's what can I do? What can you do? I don't like it. It's a money grab because they want two conferences. The NCAA want two conferences, really. The SEC and the Big Ten. ACC, yeah, okay. Pac-12 is really going. It's really not going to be any Pac-12. Big 12, not really. No, not really a Big 12. You have the MAC conference, with your Western Michigans, your Central Michigan, those teams, Miami of Ohio, Bowling Green. Okay, Mid American Conference, but really they want two power conferences, and that's the SEC and the Big Ten. And they're not making any bones about it. I mean, because ESPN is going to get the SEC games, they signed a big contract, and CBS is going to get the Big Ten games. When it used to be, the Big Ten would be on ESPN or ABC. They would, but and the SEC would be on CBS. It's been like that for years. But they're allowing 12 teams into the CFP next year. Instead of it being 4 teams, it's going to be 12 teams. So you could easily have a two loss team be in the mix. Whereas before, if you lose one game, then you had a case, but it's kind of hard. And then you had to lose that one game early in the season, and it had to be their opponent. Like if you lost to a ranked team, that one loss, then you could have a case and say, okay, we should have a chance to be in the big dance. We should be one of the 4 teams. You had an argument. But if you lose 2 games in the old system, well, now the old system, your season was done. I mean, that's why I found it funny after the 2022 season that Nick Saban wanted a two-loss Alabama team to be mentioned in the conversation to play for the national championship. It's like, nah, bro. No, no, sir. You lost 2 games. Shut up. Take your medicine and wait your turn next year. Y'all remember when Nick Saban was trying to make that case, make that argument that a two-loss Alabama back at the end of 2022 should be in the mix for the CFP? It's like, dude, no, no. Okay, we get you, Alabama, but no, you don't get that privilege. You don't get that privilege, bro. So just go somewhere with that. But in any event, congratulations to my Michigan Wolverines. Hail to the victors. Go blue. Michigan versus everybody. Who has it better than us? Nobody. And bet. The only thing that I'm missing are my turnover buffs. And if I'm outside in the sun, these turn into sunglasses. So they could be my turnover buffs, I guess. Whatever. But we had a hell of a team. We had a hell of a year. The whole sign stealing allegation, which is some BS. And that's funny to me because as soon as Michigan started kicking everybody's ass in the Big Ten and they taking names, oh well, they're cheating. Wait, do you really think? Help me out here. Help me out. Y'all are smart people, very intelligent people. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't be on my channel. Everybody's here is intelligent, highly intelligent. Thank you for the correct congrats, brother. Um, do y'all really believe that Michigan needed to cheat to beat Rutgers 52-10 to beat the Ohio State Suckeyes twice? once in Michigan and in Ann Arbor, and then in Columbus in 2022. Do y'all really think they need to cheat to do that? To beat Maryland, to beat Penn State, to destroy Sparty, the Michigan State Spartans, 49 nothing, and then beat them last year at the big house. What was it, 29-7? Do y'all really think they needed to cheat to beat these teams in the Big Ten? There are only really three good teams in the Big Ten, and that's the Big Ten East and West when you combine them. And that's, of course, the Suckeyes, Penn State, and whomever is in the West. Iowa, some 1 year Purdue. Do y'all really think they needed to beat these teams? Let's just let's just think about that, because I have people. I'm not gonna say the name on here. I want to so bad, but they try to get under my skin. It's annoying, but they said, "Well, congratulations on your championship," and had an asterisk by it. From what I heard, they're selling T-shirts, Michigan National Champions, with an asterisk on it. If you want to partake in the foolishness and be goofy like that, by all means, knock yourself out. Whatever lies you got to tell yourself to believe it, by all means, do you. But why would Michigan need to cheat to beat these teams? It don't make sense. And then when they was under when they suspended Harbaugh and Connor Stallion, he resigned. That was the staff member who was an analyst on the team. When he resigned, they were still winning. So why would they, if they got their hands caught for cheating, why would they still keep cheating after they got punished for it? Why? Make it make sense. Why? Why would they so-called continue to cheat when they got caught cheating? Riddle me that. No one can answer that question. Well, Michigan cheated. Michigan, Harbaugh's a cheater. Michigan cheated. I'm gonna wear a teacher with an asterisk. Do you? Do you? Do you? You goofy Negroes? Do you? But there's no proof. The NCAA, well, the Big Ten, Michigan suspended Harbaugh the first 3 games of the season for the whole recruiting during the COVID period, which was a joke. And that was what really wasn't recruiting. They suspended him because he bought a recruit a cheeseburger. I'm not making this up. They suspended the man because he bought a recruit a cheeseburger. You can look this up. 3 games. The first 3 games of the 23 season. Then they come back in November before the Penn State game when Michigan is flying to Happy Valley. They're on a plane the day after Veterans Day. They touch down in Pennsylvania. Oh, by the way, you're suspended for the last 3 games of the season, including today's game. Huh? Really? And the way they did it was so despicable. They voted on a Zoom call. Most of the coaches from the Big Ten was on a Zoom call with the commissioner, and they voted on the Zoom call to suspend Harbaugh. That's how they did that. And unbeknownst to Jim Harbaugh and Michigan, they're on a plane to play a tough opponent, the 10th ranked team in the nation at the time, the Penn State Nittany Lions in Happy Valley. They got to go to the belly of the beast. That's a hard place to play. All their fans, they had the white out. Everybody in the stadium was wearing white. 100,000 fans, Penn State fans. They got to play a tough game on the road, Big Ten opponent, the number 10 ranked team, And they find out their coach cannot coach the game when they touch down. And I believe they did this, was it 2 hours before the game? 90 minutes? It was just so egregious and just so, it was so despicable. Nevertheless, Michigan won. They beat Penn State. They went down to Maryland the next game. And Tua's brother, Talia, hell of a quarterback, Michigan beat them. They had a tough game with Maryland, but they beat them. And that game was their 1,000th victory. Went to Maryland and beat them, a tough opponent. Maryland played them hard, made them sweat a little bit. Lo and behold, last game of the year at the Big House in Ann Arbor, they have to play Ohio. Tough opponent, hated rival, without Coach Harbaugh, and they beat them 30-24. But I guess they cheated, right? On to the Big Ten championship, face Iowa, which was a joke. Beat them 26 nothing. They didn't even get a safety, not even a field goal. On to the Rose Bowl, face a tough opponent, Alabama. Alabama. Nick Saban. Everybody kept saying, you give Nick Saban a month to plan, it's going to be hard to beat him. And it took overtime for my boys to beat Bama, the Crimson Tide. I was nervous about that game. I'm not gonna lie. That Alabama game had me nervous. Beat Alabama, Rose Bowl champions. On to face the Washington Huskies, who defeated Texas in the Sugar Bowl for the national championship for all the marbles. Destroy Washington. Beat up Mike Penix. Beat this beat this young man up. He never was beat up like he was last night. He overthrew his receivers. Michigan just beat them up. They could not run the ball on Michigan. They could not impose their will on us. That so-called award-winning offensive line was no match for Michigan's front seven. No match. Beat Washington. They checked all the boxes. 15-0. Went unblemished the whole year. Wins the national championship. They cheated. They cheated. They cheated. I don't wear a t-shirt with the extras. You know, a good friend of mine told me something. He said, why entertain clowns? Why entertain clowns? And he's so right. Why would I entertain a clown? Wear your goofy ass asterisk shirt. Do whatever makes you feel good. But you're not going to steal my joy because this is the national champion right here. I got on my Charles Woodson jersey. Woody. Last time we won a national championship in 1997, he was on the squad. He won the Heisman. So wear your goofy ass asterisk shirts. I don't care. But why am I entertaining clowns? Because this is not about them. This is about my Michigan Wolverines. About my Michigan Wolverines. Is Jim Harbaugh going to the NFL? May not. A lot of people they all but are certain that he's going to the LA Chargers. Which, if he does go to the NFL, that it would make sense for him to go to the Chargers, because why would he go to Washington? They don't have a quarterback. Why would he go to Atlanta? They don't have a quarterback. Chicago is bringing back Eberflus. They're gonna draft Caleb Williams, and Justin Fields is gonna be a free agent. If Atlanta was smart, they would try to make a play for Justin Fields. He's from Atlanta. Bring him home. Bring him home. It would make a lot of sense for the Atlanta Falcons to go after Justin Fields. Just just my opinion. I'm just saying. But if Harbaugh does go to the NFL, it makes sense for him to go to the LA Chargers because they got Justin Herbert as quarterback, and we know what Harbaugh does with quarterbacks. He's a whiz. So it would make sense for him to go there. The Raiders, they're going to bring back, they're going to get that job to Antonio Pierce, which they should, give that job to that brother. And why would Harbaugh want to work with Mark Davis? But whatever. But why would Harbaugh want to work with the owners of the Chargers? Because, like Chris Canty said on Unsportsmanlike on ESPN, the Spanos family, I believe that's their name, they are notorious for being cheapskates. Notorious. Going back to the days of Dan Fouts, the early 80s, those years, the Kellen Winslow senior years, Dan Fouts. Notorious. Notorious. Michigan offered Harbaugh, what was it? 120 million for 10 years. That's 12 million a year. Do y'all think any NFL team is going to offer Harbaugh what Michigan offered? Are they going to top it? And then Harbaugh's last time in the NFL didn't go well, even though he took the 49ers to 3 straight NFC championships, took them to a Super Bowl in that time. And how did it end for him? His last year, Jed York and Trent Baalke gave him the middle finger. They did. And Harbaugh takes a risk of dealing with that again with the NFL owner, with a GM and an owner, if he goes to the LA Chargers. Because who's to say that the GM and the owners are gonna play ball, are gonna want to be on the same page with Harbaugh? Because one thing about Jim Harbaugh, I love the guy, great, great NFL player, great coach, but he's hard headed and he likes to do things his way, which I can't blame him because his way actually works. It does. It does. So with that being said, if he was to stay at Michigan, which I hope he does, he has the keys to the kingdom. He has all the juice. He don't have to answer to anyone. Yeah, he has bosses. Ward Manuel, the AD, the athletic director. Oh no, the president, the school president. Yeah, he has them, but they're gonna let him have free reign. They're not gonna be micromanaging him. They're gonna let that man have free reign. Harbaugh can run for mayor of Ann Arbor, Michigan, and win. Hell, right now he probably got more juice than Governor Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan. And Chris Canty said that. So I took that from him. I can't take credit for that. I took that from Chris Canty. But he's right. He probably got more juice than the governor of Michigan right now, Gretchen Whitmer. He definitely got juice in Ann Arbor. He can run for mayor of Ann Arbor and win. He comes back to Michigan. He has the keys to the kingdom. He can do whatever he wants to do. It's his, it's, it's his world. Yeah, Ward Manuel's there. Ono, Mr. Ono's there, the president. But other than that, as long as he don't do nothing um, dumb, they're gonna give him free reign. They trust him. He has earned their trust. He has earned their trust. In the NFL, it's a whole different ball game. You got players making more money than you. You can't have the keys to the kingdom because it's not your kingdom. It's the owner's kingdom. Then he has someone underneath him, the general manager. Then it's you. Oh, by the way, you have a star quarterback. What if y'all not on the same page? And in this day and age, the owner is going to listen to the player. So you don't have free reign in LA like you would in Ann Arbor. But any decision he chooses, I can't be mad at the man because he did deliver on his promise, and he did bring Michigan back to the into the conversation as being a national power in college football, and that's all we wanted. Beat Ohio State, get us in the CFP in the playoffs, bring us a national championship, bring us a national championship, and he did all that. He checked all those boxes. So for that, I can't be mad at his decision because it's his decision. I would love for him to come back. I think he is coming back. I think he's using this flirtation with the NFL. I think he's using it as leverage with Michigan to put the pressure on them to say, "Hey, ante up." That's what I think he's using it for. Because right now, like I said, he could come back to Ann Arbor. He could go back to Ann Arbor and walk down the street and won't have to pay for a meal. They will build a statue. There will be a Jim Harbaugh statue in the future. I guarantee you that. That's how much beloved he is in Ann Arbor. He has the keys to the kingdom. And if JJ McCarthy comes back, yeah, they're going to lose some players on defense. But guess what? Y'all know they do recruit, right? You know, there are a lot of recruits that are going to be knocking down Michigan's door now that they won a national championship. Y'all know that, right? Oh, and there's this thing called the transfer portal. Y'all know about that, right? Michigan is building into going to be a power. This is not a fluke. This championship this year, it's not a fluke. It's not a fluke. They want to do what Alabama and Georgia did: win back-to-back championships, built a power, built a dynasty. And if JJ McCarthy comes back, they get more recruits. They still got some dogs on defense that'll be back. Mike Sanders still is gone. He's a senior, so he's gone. But Rod Moore, Will Johnson, I don't know if is Will Johnson a senior? I don't know what class he's in. Chris Jenkins, Mason Graham, them boys gonna want to run it back. Yeah, we're gonna have 4 new teams in the Big Ten. Whip the damn do. Did you see what Michigan did last night to Washington? Penix is not coming back. He's going to the pros. Caleb Williams is not coming back to USC. He's going to the pros. He's projected to be the #1 draft pick. Bo Nix is not coming back to Oregon. He's projected to be a top draft pick. So USC, Oregon, Washington, UCLA, they're not going to be able to compete with Michigan. Michigan, more than likely, will win the Big Ten again next year, beat Ohio next year, and be back in the CFP next year and be competing for another national championship next year as well. I said it, and I'm going down that hill. They're going to run it back. This is not a fluke. Whether Jim Harbaugh comes back or not, I tend to think he is. This is my opinion. I think he is because, like I said, he has the key. He has the keys to the kingdom. He earned the trust of the AD and the president. It's his world. He would have to commit just egregious criminal act for him to have the kingdom crashing down, which Mr. Um, Harbaugh won't do that. Jim Harbaugh, he's a smart man. But anything, it's his world. It's his kingdom. If you need any help with anything, Harbaugh, let us know. Okay, Mr. 80. Okay, Mr. President. Thank you. But okay, if I need you, I'll hit you up. But meanwhile, let me do my thing. Hey man, do your thing. NFL, um, yeah, Mr. General Manager, can we look at this and this? Well, I don't know, Jim. I don't know. I have to run it by Mr. Spanos or whatever, whomever owns the team. No, no, we can't do that. But Jim Harbaugh, but I want this player. He can help us win. No, 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 no. I'm not paying that money. But Mr. You see where I'm going with this? It'd be conflict. Conflict. Oh, by the way, you have a star player. What if him and Harbaugh not on the same page? We need to call this play, this word. I want to call it. Okay, you're not in college now. I don't give a damn you in the national championship. You in the pros, coach. This is what we running, coach. See where I'm going with this? So I'm just saying, just my opinion. But congrats on Michigan Wolverines. Go blue. Hail to the victors. Michigan versus everybody. Which, by the way, I got to buy that T-shirt and sweatshirt. And up my Michigan gear, up my Michigan apparel. Got to get my Michigan apparel game on, game up. Got to do that. And who has it better than us? Nobody. So happy my Wolverines won. Great to see Jack Harbaugh out there with his son, John Harbaugh out there with his brother, his mother out there. I don't know Jim Harbaugh's mother's name, but she was out there. His kids, the whole family, the players' families were out there. I was just so happy to see that. So, congrats to the coaches, to the players' families, because y'all went through a lot this year, and y'all were laser focused, and y'all got the job done. Y'all would not allow anyone or anything to deter you from the mission. I'm so proud of those young men. Whatever they do in life, I will support them. I'm so proud of them because they steered the course. And we need to take a lesson from that. Even though that's sports, but we need to take a lesson. Don't let anyone or anything deter you from your mission. That's my message for today. Do not let anyone or anything deter you from your mission. Stay the course, and you will be rewarded. We can look at the Michigan Wolverines in sports. We can look at other people that we admire, or those who we may not love, but we got to have respect for because of the work they put in to own their craft, to reach their goals. So again, congrats on Michigan Wolverines. Go blue. Let's run it back in 2024. All right, y'all. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. Um, Thank y'all for tuning in. Please support my podcast and this channel here. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that like button down, smash it down, smash it down, and hit that subscribe button, that bell, so you get notifications on when I do videos on here. So next time, y'all have a great day. Again, thank you for your love and support because I cannot do these videos and my podcast without that love and support. So please continue it. Please keep it up. Keep up the love. Your brother needs it. Y'all be safe. Be safe. Brothers as well as sisters, y'all be safe. Beware and be aware. We know Satan is busy now so more than ever before. So please be safe. Whatever you're doing, run errands, whatever the case may be safe. Be safe. Till next time, I love y'all and take care. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings.